UPSC many times in the prelims question paper has asked about coral bleaching and its impact. Let's understand about coral bleaching. Coral bleaching happens when corals lose their vibrant colors and turn white. But there is a lot more to it. Corals are bright and colorful because of microscopic algae called as zooxanthellae. The zooxanthellae live within the coral in a mutually beneficial relationship, each helping the other survive. But when the ocean environment changes, if it gets too hot, for instance, the coral stresses out and expels the algae. As the algae leaves, the coral fades until it looks like it's been bleached. If the temperature stays high, the coral won't let the algae back and the coral will die. When corals are stressed by changes in conditions such as temperature, light, or nutrient, they expel the symbiotic algae living in their tissue, causing them to turn completely white. Warmer water temperature can result in coral bleaching. When the water is too warm, corals will expel the algae, which is the zooxanthellae, living in the tissue, causing the coral to completely turn white. This is called coral bleaching. When a coral bleaches, it is not dead. Corals can survive a bleaching event, but they are under more stress and are subjected to mortality. Corals and algae depend on each other to survive. Corals have a symbiotic relationship between the microscopic algae called the zooxanthellae that live in their tissues. These algae are the coral's primary food source and give them their color. What about the stressed coral? If stressed, algae leaves the coral. When the symbiotic relationship becomes stressed due to the increased ocean temperature or pollution, the algae leaves the coral tissue. What about the bleached coral? The coral is left bleached and vulnerable. Without the algae, the coral loses its major source of food, turns white or very pale, and is more susceptible to diseases. Together, we should care about coral bleaching because coral reefs are essential to the health of our oceans and our planet. They provide a home and a source of food for countless species of fish and other marine creatures. They also protect coastlines from erosion and storms and play a vital role in regulating the Earth's climate by absorbing and storing carbon dioxide. When coral reefs suffer, so do the ecosystems and the people that depend on them. Additionally, coral reefs are a stunning display of biodiversity and natural beauty. Their loss would be a tragedy for future generations. We should definitely take action to prevent and mitigate coral bleaching. The leading cause of coral bleaching is the climate change. A warming planet means a warming ocean and a change in water temperature. As little as 2 degrees Fahrenheit can cause coral to drive out algae. Coral may bleach for other reasons like extremely low tides, pollution, or too much sunlight. Coral bleaching impacts people's livelihood for food security and safety. Coral reefs are natural barriers that absorb the force of waves and storm surges, keeping coastal communities safe. Without them, we must rely on man-made seawalls that are very expensive, less effective and environmentally damaging to construct. Bleached corals also compounds the overfishing crisis by removing links in the food web and deprive some food and species of a place to spawn and develop. Anyone relying on these animals as a primary source of income or protein will be in trouble. Finally, coral reef tourism brings in billions of dollars each year and supports thousands of jobs. It's high time that we save the corals from bleaching.